Alright, Doug, I understand you're going to be going on a canoe trip, and you're looking for different types of, looking at the pros and cons of different boats and the layups of the hulls. And I've had a little bit of experience working with a variety of boats, but first you need to kind of determine whether you're going to be paddling primarily flat water or moving water, or those are the two considerations, really. If you're going to be paddling moving water, one of the best all around, or the best most resilient boats is made out of Royalex, which is an ABS foam, vinyl, several different layers, and it's just bomb-proof. You can bounce it off rocks and drop it, and it's real abrasive resistant. The drawback is that it's real heavy. It's fairly, it's probably 30% heavier than a lot of the other materials. So that would be something to consider. If you're going to be paddling, doing tripping or on big open water, the two that are most common are fiberglass and Kevlar. In a lot of the outfitting situations that you see nowadays, if you're going to buy a boat, the drawback is that Kevlar costs about 3 times as much as fiberglass. It's what they make bulletproof helmets out of. It's really bomber as far as its tensile strength. It's real light. But a drawback is that it is also a little more difficult to repair if you do get it punctured. If a big wind blows it off your shoulders and hits a rock and you've got to patch it. Fiberglass, very similar characteristics as far as the layout of the hull. You can form it in real nice angles and layups that are sharp, making it more or less resistant in water. And it's a touch heavier than Kevlar, and that, I guess, is probably the only drawback. It's a lot less expensive. Then you can go into more traditional sorts of canoes. Wood canvas, which is what a lot of the boats were made of around the turn of the century, and it's a skin, essentially. The canvas is a skin stretched around internal sorts of braces that run the whole length of the boat. Beautiful aesthetics, and it paddles nice. They weigh about 110 pounds wet and 80 pounds dry, so it absorbs a little water. One of the considerations, and they're spendy too. But the all-around boat of all-purpose and the most probably utilitarian is the aluminum boat. And the Grumman 17 standard there's probably been more of those made than any other canoe out there, and don't have to store it indoors. You can store it on the top of the garage or wherever the heck you want. You can beat it up, and they're actually real useful in a lot of different types of water, whether it be open water or moving water. They have a tendency to stick on rocks, so they'll stick and maybe even tear a little bit, but you can pound them out with a rock and put some duct tape and shoe glue on them, and away you go. So those are the types of boats that you have to choose from. It's just how much you want to spend and what type of water you're going to be paddling primarily is the two main considerations.